Hi, welcome to the third episode of Let's Talk It. It's a YouTube channel where we talk everything about life. And in this episode, we're going to discuss about why we worry so much about the future. And we have two guests with us.
My name is Jennifer and I'm from Nigeria. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Jennifer, for joining us. And our second speaker is
Hi, my name is Bent. I'm from Hungary. It's a pleasure to be here.
welcome to join us. Thank you for joining us, Jennifer. So let's start off. What why do you think, or what are the reasons that make humans to worry about the future?
Okay. First of all, I think worry is part of it's just a normal part of human nature. It's okay to worry from time to time, but I think it becomes a problem when it becomes very chronic and very all consuming, and I think some of the factors that contribute to, worrying about the future is just like societal pressure, comparing yourself to others, uncertainty, dealing with challenges and things like that. I think those are some of the things, in my opinion, that contribute to just worrying about the future.
Thank you, Jennifer. I think Jennifer mentioned societal pressure, but it's okay to worry about the future, but not to worry too much when it becomes persistent. Okay, let's hear from our Hungarian guests. What do you have to say?
Well, first of all, I agree with Jennifer. There is a certain point when it's okay to worry, but after a while it gets too much. For example, in my country, people worry about the future if they're gonna make enough money and
Okay.
if they can provide for their family later on, you know.
Yes.
But I think it's healthy to a certain point, just like Jennifer said.
Yes.
So that's my basic opinion about worrying about the future in my country, at least.
Okay. I think Jennifer in Nigeria, um, what are the things that people worry about? Mostly young adults.
So in Nigeria, a lot of young people, because of the societal pressure, a lot of people are worried about like marriage because there's just that pressure to get married at a certain age, get married, have kids at a certain age, be done with school at a certain age, move out of your parents' house at a certain age, have a certain kind of job or have like a certain amount of money in your account at a certain age, and all of these things just put a lot of stress, and a lot of strain on young people's lives having to deal with all of these things, and then in the end they just it drains them emotionally.
I
And
think I kind of get what you said. So Jennifer, you said something about societal pressure and getting married. Like people worry about getting married. I just want to ask Ben Squeeze from Hungary to know most especially the getting married on time. Do people worry so much about this? And if they do, what gender worries so much about getting married or when they will get married?
Mainly women,
Women.
because we all know that women has a biological clock inside them, and after a while it's gonna get risky to like give birth to a child.
Yes.
While on the other hand, a man can basically always reproduce, not always, but
I don't want us to argue about the men. I think the
no,
men also have a
I know.
biological clock. Or
We
what do
do,
you
we
think?
do, we do, but like
let him go.
we do,
Okay.
but at the same time ours like is later on. So we don't really worry about marriage as much
Mm,
in my country, but about pressure from the society, yes,
mm,
obviously. And everybody wants to live in the capital in my country, either move abroad.
mm.
So yeah, there is obviously the pressure from that too.
Okay. All right. So I would say that there is similarity between countries when about their youths worrying about the future, because Jennifer from Nigeria confirmed these worries that come from the young adults, and Hungarian guy Benze is also saying that it's same thing. But there's something that he said that I'm kind of against, that women we have biological clock. Yes, I know that we have, but I also think that men they also have biological clock. So the worry shouldn't just be placed fully on the female. They should also worry about that, but don't worry too much about that. Okay. So I'd like to also put a question out. It's about uncertainty, because I think uncertainty have something when you're not certain about something. So what role does being uncertain or uncertainty play in worry? Who wanna go first? Vince?
Sorry.
Jennifer? You go first.
So
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, if you're uncertain about something, you're obviously gonna worry about if it's gonna be right, what you're doing, it's gonna be correct.
Mm,
While on the other hand, if you are 100% sure, certain about the things that you're doing, you're gonna worry less. Or it depends like how severe the problem that you're trying to
is
solve. Exactly.
okay.
Because if it's just a small issue, I don't think people worry too much about it. But if it's like a big issue and they uncertain about it, if it's correct or not,
But you know that the future is uncertain.
obviously 100%,
Okay.
100%, but in some way you can predict the future.
How can you predict the future? Can you predict the future?
I'm a finance guy, so my job is to predict the future basically in finance.
Oh, that is you predict the future, but the type of future that we are talking about is about one's personal future. Like,
Yeah, but when you are a kid, you already decide that you want to do this in the future. For example, so you're already predicting the future, like
oh,
in some way.
Well,
do you agree with that?
I kind of get the angle that Benz is coming from.
Mm,
You can predict the future, but it's not certain that things will turn out that way, right? You can only guess, you can only make preparations, make plans for the future, but at the end of the day, most of what lies ahead of us is still uncertain.
yes.
And as humans, we crave security, we like to be safe, we like to be in control of things, and just the thought of the fact that a lot of what lies ahead of us is uncertain, this can begin to translate into worry, and in the world today, there's just so many uncertainties. I mean, we just came out from the global epidemic,
Yeah.
pandemic, COVID
COVID
19.
19.
There's inflation. There's, you can go out today and you're not sure about, coming back. Although you make plans, you plan your day, you still don't know the outcome, right? So
Yes.
all of these things can just contribute, and just begin to put that strain on our minds because we just like to be in control, right? We just want to know what will happen next. We want to be in control of our lives. And, some of these uncertainties that life brings,
Mm.
can just translate to worry. So I think uncertainty definitely plays a huge role in worrying about the future.
Okay, thank you very much, Jennifer. I'm not trying to say that I was expecting Jennifer to kind of clarify what or tell me what I want to hear, but I think she kind of said some points that are kind of true to my own opinion. I'm not saying what you said is wrong. You said it in a wider perspective. Yeah, but narrowing it down, I think that uncertainty plays a role in how we worry. Because I think human beings, we kind of tend to, we want to have control over everything.
Right.
And that is why some people in Africa, some people want to go and see the forces or
Fortune
fortune
tellers.
tellers to
Yeah.
know what will happen tomorrow. Will I be rich? How will it happen? Will I die by accident? All these things is because of worry
Right.
and because we want to control our future. So I think, yeah, uncertainty have a role to play in how we worry about the future. And we just want to put a final word to our guests um, on, let me just say, disadvantages of worrying too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like worrying definitely has a lot of bad effects on your health and your well-being, right? I think it affects your health, your mental health, your emotional health because it drains you emotionally. And then it can also, bring anxious thoughts. And, that's just anxiety at the end of the day, which can affect your mental health and, even your physical health because, you're worrying so much. It puts stress on you. And even physically, it tells, on your body, you're just stressed out, you're emotionally drained, you're anxious, So these are some of the disadvantages I feel worry has. And another thing I feel like worry does is that it doesn't help you. You don't come up with a solution. You're so fixated on the problem that you don't even think of a solution. Instead of thinking of solutions that would help that problem, you're rather just worrying about the problem, coming up with negative thoughts. What if this will happen? What if that happens? And that just, that doesn't go well for your body, for your well-being, and just even your productivity at the end of the day, because you just begin to think negative thoughts, and you don't even you're not doing what you're supposed to do, or coming up with solutions to, whatever problems or challenges that you're going through.
That was so wonderful, Jennifer. Thank you for that piece of advice. And let's hear from Benz. What do you have to tell us on how to cope with worrying?
I don't know what else to say. Basically, Jennifer covered like all the issues
Okay.
that could cause. Well, I think yeah, mental health obviously can also make you tired at the end of the day, and you can be more frustrated. You can like snap easier to your family,
Yes.
to your friends, and you can be like you're more anxious, obviously. And at the end of the day, if you are under too much pressure, too much stress from worrying too much about things, it can also affect your future. Because, for example, man, woman, it doesn't matter. If you worry too much, you're under too much stress, it can affect your reproductive system as well,
Wow. Yeah.
which basically obviously can affect your future with your relationship and everything around you.
Yes.
Your mood, it's changing every time based on your mental health and everything else. And so, yeah, basically that's my opinion about it. But I 100% agree with Jennifer, what Jennifer said.
Mm.
And, you know,
I 100% agree with two of you because you actually nailed the point on how too much worry can really impact our lives. And before we leave, I would like to put out this word because I have read that 85% of the things that we worry about in our mind don't actually come to happen in real life. So what it means that if 85% of what we worry so much about doesn't come to happen, then why should we spend so much time worrying about what may not happen? So we should try to live in the moment, like live now. Then if it's about worrying, you should worry, but you cannot work with what is in your mind. You can plan with what's in your mind, but after planning, if you don't do anything with it, it's useless. So, and I just want to appreciate Jennifer and Benz for being with us today and giving us this piece of advice and sharing how too much worry can be a problem in our life. And we hope that you don't worry too much. And there is a Nigerian song that said, overthinking no fit solve problem. Yeah.
Don't worry, be
Be happy.
happy.
Yeah. Akuna Matata. You can devise a time. I think somebody can actually devise a time in a day for worry. Say, okay, every day that goes by, I have to worry for 20 minutes. So when the time comes, you just go and worry all the things you have to worry. And once you finish worrying, leave all the worries and go about your day. And with that, we say thank you for watching and we hope you join us next time.
Thank you. Bye.
thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye. See you next time.